It started with a letter. No return address, no stamp. Just my name, written in black ink, and a wax seal shaped like a crescent moon. Inside was a single card, thick and rough to the touch. It read, "You are cordially invited to the midnight harvest. October 31st. Don't be late." No location, no details. Just that. At first I thought it was a prank. I asked my coworkers, my neighbors. Nobody had heard of it. But that night, when I stepped outside, there was a sound. Faint bells ringing somewhere in the distance, and the air smelled like smoke and wet earth. That's when I saw it. At the edge of the forest behind my house, lanterns glowed faintly between the trees, swaying like they were calling me in. I should have gone back inside. I know that now. But curiosity has a way of making you stupid. I grabbed a flashlight and followed the sound. The deeper I went, the thicker the fog became. The trees twisted above me, their branches almost forming a ceiling. Every few steps, I'd hear rustling, soft, like fabric brushing against bark. Then, out of nowhere, music. Slow, distant, like violins tuning themselves in the dark. I followed it to a clearing. There were people there, maybe 20 or 30 of them, dressed in old-fashioned clothes, long coats, bonnets, linen dresses. Every one of them wore a mask made of carved wood, painted in earthy tones, some smiling, some crying, some blank. They all turned to look at me at once. I froze. My flashlight flickered, then died. Someone, a tall figure wearing a deer skull, stepped forward and spoke in a low, calm voice. "Welcome, late one. The harvest waits for no one." The crowd parted. A long wooden table stretched through the clearing, covered in candles and fruit. Apples, corn, pumpkins, things that looked half-rotten but arranged neatly. He gestured for me to sit. My heart was pounding, but I did. No one spoke. They just stared, masks catching the candlelight. Then the man in the deer skull raised his hand, and he said, "Tonight, we reap what remains." And everyone whispered, perfectly in sync, "The midnight harvest begins." The fire in the center of the clearing grew taller, brighter, though no one seemed to feed it. Its flames bent strangely, as if pulled by invisible strings, and the air around us shimmered with heat. The man, or whatever he was, wearing the deer skull, circled the table. The hollow sockets of his mask seemed to follow me no matter where I looked. He spoke softly, almost kindly. "Every harvest needs balance. What is taken must be given." Then he placed a rusted scythe on the table. The crowd leaned forward, every mask turning in unison. Someone from across the table, a woman in a cracked porcelain mask, began to cry quietly. The man in the skull touched her shoulder and said, "It's your turn." She nodded, trembling. Then she stood, walked toward the fire, and simply stepped in. There was no scream, only a faint hiss,
like air escaping from a jar. When the flames dimmed, she was gone. No ashes, no trace. I couldn't move. The others bowed their heads. No one looked horrified. It was like this was expected. I whispered, "What is this?" The deer skull turned toward me. "You accepted the invitation. You came willingly. That means the harvest marked you." My stomach dropped. Marked? He nodded slowly, almost pitying. "Those who come uninvited must give more." The crowd began to hum, low and rhythmic, like a prayer. My head started pounding. I felt something warm trickle down my nose. Blood. The lanterns around the clearing flickered wildly. For a moment, I thought I saw faces inside them, human faces, trapped behind the glass, mouths open in silent screams. I tried to run, but the forest had changed. The path was gone. Every direction looked the same. Behind me, the hum grew louder, words forming from it. "The harvest takes, the harvest gives." I stumbled, falling into the dirt. My flashlight rolled out of my hand and stopped at the base of a tree. Something was carved in the bark. Names. Dozens of them. The last one was mine. I don't remember much after that, only flashes. Hands grabbing me, wooden masks bending close, a sharp metallic taste in my mouth, the fire swallowing everything. When I opened my eyes, it was morning. The forest was quiet, empty. The table, the lanterns, the fire, all gone. But my clothes were covered in ash. And in my pocket was the same wax-sealed letter, only now it said, "You survived the midnight harvest. Until next year." I threw it away, burned it, tried to forget. But last night, another letter appeared on my doorstep. This one didn't say invited. It said, "Welcome back."